Okay, let's do this. I got the other two uploaded now, so let's go with Tango's game for this one. So, Tango started up a game recently, which I'm glad because Tango is the DM who got me back into playing again. So, plus he's really good at fucking creating a world. So the world we're in this one, I forget all the names. But basically, this world's version of the bubonic plague has hit this area, and because of that, the more extreme elements of the Church of St. Cuthbert have kind of taken a hold of not only the church but society as a whole. So society's like really militarized now. And that's how all our characters kind of have started out because we've all been conscripted into the local military. So before we started playing, we were pretty much just going around, carting the dead around, burning bodies, that kind of crap. So we got me, Dobu, Dobu the dwarf. That's me. So we got Dobu. We got Rob, who is fucking after what has been said in the other game. He's actually for realsy good in this game. He's a elf wizard who works with the Church of Palor. So, and elves are not treated very good in this world. So, that's been some problems. Abby's character is a oracle, and she's caused us a bit of problems too because witches are not seen good either. Arcane magic in general, so Abby is kind of seen as a witch because she's got weird magical abilities and she sparkles. And we have again Dixie's friend Teresa, and she is playing a mute halfling bard who plays a trombone. So basically, we got set off because there's some witch activity down in Wolves Hollow, which if you've seen the D&D classics I uploaded a while back, that's the same place. I mean, it's not the exact same place. It's so it's like, oh boy, looks like we finally get our revenge on the tree, Rob. LOL. So we head off, and we hit off with one of the church's most experienced witch hunters, Bronson Shatterskull, who is a fucking right dickhead. I hate him. I hated him so much. I, in fact, sabotaged his horse's saddle. And you know what? It's not just me. Fucking Teresa also fucking, chased his horse off. So, there. And he doesn't like Dobu, which I don't know why. It was never proven in the fucking zone of truth that he fucking sabotaged it because Dobu was smart because basically on our first night, here's what happened. We found a bunch of dead bodies. So we were looking around and we found a nest of bees. So naturally, I had a flask of alchemist fire, so I threw the fucking alchemist fire at the nest of bees. So that starts a fight. Like, me, Abby, and fucking Rob are getting our ass kicked by the fucking bees. Abby manages to fucking spook them away with some of her magic. I think Rob helped too with his magic. And then, I'm like, well, it's obvious what happened here. These bees are murderers. They murdered these travelers, and we needed to enact bee justice. And it fucking bore out because that's what happened to the travelers. They got stung to death. So, those bees will never fucking sting another group of fucking travelers to death ever fucking again. I guarantee you that. So, So after that happened, we camped for the night, and during the night, after I sabotaged the dude's saddle, I get bit by a spider, and I nearly die. So, I should point out we are first level in this game, so yeah, a spider bite can literally kill you at first fucking level. So thankfully, I made a noise, so everybody woke up and they managed to heal me. So the next day, dude falls off his horse. He's Rob, even though he's good, he's a goody two shoes. So he's like, maybe you should zone of truth, everybody. So he does. Aw, Casey. Casey, what's up? There you go. Sorry for the interruption. So basically, he zones the truth. I managed to make the will save, and I'm like, hey, I was bitten by a spider. I mean, come on. So I managed to get out of that. So after that whole ordeal, we get to a barn. Well, it's an inn and a barn. So Reynolds gets to stay in a room while we get to stay in the barn with the weird fucking peeping Tom kid who fucking throws his blanket with his fucking pubis lice all over fucking Abby and Teresa. So that was fun for them to fucking deal with. So I think, now I wasn't there for this, but somehow they ended up helping him, and they got a statue of a satyr, who it turns out a satyr's been following us because every day since we ventured off on this journey, we've been hearing music, pipe music. Is Casey at the door? I don't think she is. Anyways, which that's gonna come in handy. Like, that is Chekhov's fucking statue. You'll see why coming up here. So we start getting closer to Wolf's Hollow. Alright, let me see. Ugh. It's taking up time. Come on. Why'd you get up? Just get up. Go on. You just wanted to get in my spot. That's it, isn't it? You just wanted the fucking pillows. Ugh. Fucking dogs. Am I right? Come on. Bitches. So we get closer to the town, and we notice there's a naked dude in the middle of the road eating a coyote. So, of course, it's a fucking ghoul. It sees us, and it fucking screeches and fucking runs off into the woods. So we see this, and we're like, fuck making camp. We're going straight to the town. So we book ass. Right as we get to town, the ghouls come. And they put up a pretty fucking decent fight. Rob got the fucking shit knocked out of him, but he took down a lot of them. Abby took down, I think, 2. Reynolds took down, not Reynolds. I'm getting the other game confused now. Fucking Bronson took down some. I got some good hits, but I didn't take any down. I think Teresa might have taken one down. We managed to get the ghouls down, and we start burning the bodies. Well, I start burning the bodies because Rob and Bronson are talking about something, so I see this as my chance for me to get some extra gold. Because all that reminds me. Before we left town, there was a public execution. So I decided for a lark to go down there. And there are three people being hung, like a man, a woman, and a child. So I bought some rotted eggs and I threw every single one of the eggs at the fucking child. What happened though is all my gold got stolen from me. So I'm like quickly and quietly rebuilding my gold supply. So I got the little bit of gold we got from the ghouls who we managed to fucking fell. Actually, we didn't fucking drop that many. We only dropped three. So I'm thinking Rob dropped one, Abby dropped one, and probably Bronson and Teresa dropped another. So, having dealt with the ghouls, we finally reach Wolves Hollow. And the the local priest guy, he's not like really a cleric or anything. He's kind of like a lay dude. He's caught a supposed witch, which they want them to do to no, that's not what happens. When we arrive there, it's nighttime. So Bronson goes to the inn. We go to the tavern, and some fucking dudes start some fucking shit with Rob, and Dobu isn't fucking gonna have any of that. So he's like, hey, you fucking knuckleheads, we're here on official fucking business from the crown, so if you wanna fucking, fuck around with us, that's fine and fucking dandy, but, you're going to be doing it on the other side of a fucking jail cell. So thankfully the sheriff comes in, and he's a cool dude. He starts giving us some fucking info on the happenings. So we all go to bed, and we all have nightmares. Horrible, horrible nightmares, except for fucking CJ. CJ CJ and Dobu end up sleeping together because Dobu's like, I'm scared. Can I sleep with you? So it turns out some stuff has been going around putting arcane marks on people. And this goes to where the lady was because Abby managed to kind of finesse an adequate, an amicable situation for the lady to where she didn't have to strip in front of a bunch of fucking dudes. So Abby finds an arcane mark on her, and it turns out she hasn't been having the nightmares. So we look on CJ. He has one of these marks. This whole time, Teresa's been going around trying to find info on the satyr because when she had the nightmare and she couldn't sleep, she decided to go out and play her trombone. So she got to meet the satyr, and he kind of like he fucking did something to her fucking trombone, and they also gave him the statue. It's kind of like a sign of like, oh hey, here, this is you. So we find this out. Abby manages to convince Bronson that the woman is innocent because we've heard tales that there's an old woman on the edge of town who doesn't really seem to be having the nightmares. So while this is happening, Teresa, she's feeling really sick and stuff. So we look at her, and she has a yellow symbol on her. And that almost makes Rob and the rest of us sick too, but we managed to save against it. So we decided to go see the old lady, because even if she isn't, she might be, a good person, might be able to help Teresa. So we get out there, and Deja vu, it's an old lady. She's fucking obviously fucking evil, and she's offering people porridge, and nobody wants to eat it. So like, I know this is a bit of metagaming, but it's like I'm not going in that fucking cottage. I'm not. So I'll stay out here with all the fucking ravens, and I don't fucking give a shit. So they go in, and she gives them some medicine, and she plays ignorant. So once we get outside, we're like, wait a second, this medicine is fucking poison. So we go back in, and she's not an old lady. She's something a lot worse. She's because like there's something been going around this town known as the Rag Man. And apparently the old lady is the ragman. So he starts kicking our ass. So that's when Teresa pulls out the trumpet and lets it off. And that gets the Stire to come. Stire scares off the ragman. And, manages to heal Teresa. And that's where that game ended. So, 3 fucking down, 1 to go. Okay, let's do this. I got the other 2 uploaded now, so let's go with Tango's game for this one. So, Tango started up a game recently, which I'm glad because Tango is the DM who got me back into playing again. So, plus he's really good at fucking creating a world. Have kind of taken a hold of not only the church but society as a whole. So society's like really militarized now. And that's how all our characters kind of have started out because we've all been conscripted into the local military. So before we started playing, we were pretty much just actually for realsy good in this game. He's a elf wizard who works with the Church of Palor. So, and elves are not treated very good in this world. So, that's been some problems. Abby's character is a oracle, and she's caused us a bit of problems too because going around carting the dead around, burning bodies, that kind of crap. So we got me, Dobu, Dobu the dwarf. That's me. So we got Dobu. We got Rob, who is fucking after what has been said in the other game. He's act. So the world we're in this one, I forget all the names, but basically, this world's version of the bubonic plague has hit this area, and because of that, the more extreme elements of the Church of St. Cuthbert